It's 3 p.m. and time for the Daily Community Briefing. Team coverage of the latest local news important to you. Now let's head to the Wallingford Broadcasting Studios for the Daily Community Briefing.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Daily Community Briefing on WBON. I'm Gwendolyn Morton. The Daily Community Briefing is brought to you by Bishop's Small Engine Repair, Affordable Heating and Air, Mountain Adventures, Bluegrass Marble and Granite of Richmond, Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea, and Always Growing Children's Resale Store in Berea. Well, the House Bill 95 is at a great start with help for those with diabetes. The bill, which caps the cost of insulin at $30 per 30-day supply for those who are state employees, under group plans, those with state-regulated health care plans, or plans purchased on the Marketplace Exchange, was signed into law by Governor Beshear this week. To get information on this bill and what it means for the insulin-dependent, WBON TV spoke to diabetes advocate David Johnson. With that story, here's Marissa Hempel.
House Bill 95, which seeks to ease the cost of insulin for those with diabetes, has finally made it to the governor's desk and was signed. Diabetes advocate from right here in Madison County, David Johnson, had been pushing for the bill since the outset and even talking to local legislators. Johnson explains what this bill is and what it means for those with diabetes.
It's been a couple of years in the making. I first reached out to Deanna Frazier and talked to her about the copay cap bill, and she got with some of her friends in the General Assembly, namely Representative Bentley, and he got with Representative Patty Minner as well. She's from Bowling Green. They're both affected by diabetes. And so what happened was last year the bill was for a $100 copay. There were a couple additions to the bill, including a clause for those who are uninsured. And there were some disagreements on how they were going to approach that. So the bill actually died in session last year. They came back this year with just the $30 copay. They lowered it because that's what other states was going to. And so that's what actually made it in this session.
Johnson explains how he has struggled personally with getting the life-saving medicine that he so desperately needs on a daily basis.
If you're on the state exchange, or you're a state employee, or you have a high deductible that's in that, it will actually cap it down to $30 for a 30-day supply. If you have an employer-based health insurance plan, that will not be covered because they are regulated by the federal government. We have reached out with Senator McConnell and Senator Paul and try to get their feedback on what the federal government can do there. But this will actually regulate most state health plans, about 30% of the diabetic population.
Johnson explains how he and others with diabetes have to struggle with the cost of this life-saving insulin.
A lot of people think a diet and exercise can cure it, but it really can't. There are a lot of people in Kentucky who can't afford their health insurance policy. They're having to pay list price. And so that is one thing, even though House Bill 95 does not address list price, that is one thing that we will be working on in future sessions.
He also details how some, even in Kentucky, have died because they have not had access or could not afford their insulin. There
was a young lady from Owensboro. She actually died rationing her insulin. There are people out there who unfortunately are dying because they have to cut back on their medication. It's sad because they can't give us a straight answer as to why it's went up so much over the years.
Hopefully this House bill will change this, Johnson says. However, he says there is still more work to do. He explained what the process will be moving forward.
A lot of people don't know that their deductibles start on January 1. So your deductible will restart on January 1. And so in 2022, that's when it will kick in. We try to get an emergency clause in there, but hence, it's hard when you're in the middle of a deductible year. It's probably a bunch of paperwork and they couldn't do it, so it will start in January 2022.
Lastly, Johnson said there is more legislation and will keep working and advocating for those with type 1 and type 2 diabetes. For WBON TV, I'm Marissa Hempel.
Thanks, Marissa, for that story. Well, the recent ice storms, heavy rain, and now high winds have cost an iconic tourist attraction its head. The Mother Goose Hen House in Hazard, known far and wide to vacationers and travelers since the 1940s, lost its head Thursday. However, the owners and townsfolk are saying the tourist attraction will be put back together again soon. Blood donors are needed as soon as possible. The Central Kentucky Blood Center, the center is in Lexington, is reporting a critical need as it is now operating less than half a day's supply. To make an appointment, you can call the center at 800-775-2522 or go to the center's Facebook page for more information. With that, we're going to go to the first break of the day. We'll be right back with more news, and in that third segment, we'll have those COVID numbers here on WBON TV.
Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea. From our attention to detail, a diverse staff, and the best aftercare in the business, there's no better local choice to take care of your family in a difficult time than Davis & Powell. Call in to discuss pre-planning and preparations so there'll be no additional burden on your family. Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea. For additional information, check them out at davisandpowellfuneralhome.com. Davis & Powell Funeral Home, always going the extra mile.
Mountain Adventures is a new, unique store open in Irvin. They have both fruits and vegetables from local farmers and from farmers around the state. Stop in and see their huge selection of bananas, oranges, watermelons, plus potatoes, corn, green beans, and so much more. Mountain Adventures has also teamed up with Two Farms Meat to offer Estill Countyans a place to get your meats and all the other fixings, plus jams, jellies, and they also offer gift baskets. At Mountain Adventures, located at 70 River Drive in Irvin, or like them on Facebook.
Granite, marble, and quartz for any surface. Make a lifetime commitment you won't regret.
In life, some things just go together, like a burger and fries. And home and auto insurance from State Farm. Combine and save.
Talk to State Farm agent Jerry Goebel today.
Donate or shop at the new location for the Habitat Restore in Madison County. The proceeds from the Habitat Restore go towards helping build a home for someone in need. Shop, donate, or volunteer at the new location for the Habitat Restore in the old CVS Pharmacy building on Main Street in Richmond.
Affordable Service Solutions is the heating and air company you want to call when you want the work done right the first time for an affordable price. That's Affordable Service Solutions. Call Brian at 779-0122 for all your heating and cooling needs, plus Tempstar units at an affordable price. That number again is 779-0122. And remember, Affordable Service Solutions is your local Tempstar dealer.
When I started to experience the world from practicing law, it showed me that there's a lot of injustice that can be corrected. We're called personal injury attorneys, but I'm not there for the injury, I'm there for the recovery. And that's what we try to do. We try to help people recover after they've been hurt. If the big firms are gonna drop you as soon as your claim entails some kind of work, some kind of additional effort, why not just come to someone who's gonna put the work in the first place?
Sticks and Stones Landscape Supply is your outlet for bulk landscaping materials. They have served the community with their huge selection of decorative gravels and bulk mulch for over 16 years. Announcing new for 2021, Sticks and Stones Landscape Supply is offering trees and shrubs. They serve landscapers, business owners, and homeowners alike. Add a landscape bed or spruce up your garden with plants and ground covers from Sticks and Stones Landscape Supply. Minutes from Richmond, just off exit 76 in Berea. 102 Spring Circle Drive, 986-2985. Welcome back to the Daily Community Briefing on WBON. The Daily Community Briefing is brought to you by Bishop's Small Engine Repair. Get your power equipment ready for spring at Bishop's Small Engine Repair. Let Bishop service your mower North Estill Avenue in Richmond. Affordable heating and air for all your heating and air needs. Call Brian with Affordable Heating and Air Conditioning at 859-779-0122. And Mountain Adventures. Get everything you need for your next family meal at Mountain Adventures. They've got all the fruits, veggies, and locally produced meats located at 70 River Drive in Irvine. With the Berea Dog Park moving forward, Berea City Council member Teresa Centers recommended naming the Harrison Road facility after Tilly, the friendly canine who often accompanied hikers on their trips to the Pinnacles. Locals may remember that Tilly lived on Big Hill Road near Indian Fort Theater, and she was had a golden tag that read, "My name is Tilly. I'm not a stray. I live next door. Let's go for a hike." This photo, which you can see if you're watching along on WBON TV, shows one of Tilly's many admirers and travel companions, taken in 2010. Construction on the park began this week after Centers and other members of the Parks and Recreation Committee recommended to the Berea City Council that the project be adopted and funded. The council approved the committee's recommendation unanimously. With more updates from the Richmond City Commissioners, WBON TV gathered for the live Richmond Review show this week to get a recap of the latest updates with the Millstone Festival, which was canceled last year, as well as some of the financial bounce back that the city has recently experienced. Here are Commissioners Mike Brewer and Ed McDaniel.
You know, one thing about talking about downtown, the Millstone Festival was something that everybody was excited about last year. You remember whenever we had the Christmas parade a couple of years ago and the announcement of that from Mayor Blythe. We didn't get to have that last year because of the coronavirus, but good news is the plan is to have that this year.
Oh yeah, no, it's been a long time coming. This is something that come into fruition in 2019 with that Board of Commission and the mayor and Rob Meinrich. But this year, finally, it looks like it's going to be a go, and we'll be able to put the festival on. I think we're going to close off, is it First Street?
Yes.
As a beer garden. Then Water Street will be occupied by booths and stuff like that. I think maybe a 5K race to kick it off. So it's going to be a really good time. That's going to be a great festival.
I looked at the odds that the bookmakers made of who was the favorite to win that 5K, and they've got Mike listed as the odds-on favorite.
Oh yeah,
do
not bet against him.
That's because I got a 2-day start.
Well, this is something that you guys have been really interested in since the very beginning. You guys wanted to make this thing happen, and I think to see it finally come to fruition is a big deal.
Well, you know, when and Commissioner McDaniel brought it up, the Christmas parade, and I think you mentioned it, Speedy Denny got a key and delivered that about the Millstone Festival to the mayor. And in our mayor's address to the public about our city's stance and where we are financially and the things we want to do, we are back on target.
Yeah.
We are ready to go. I'm going to say it. I hate to give all the credit to Rob Mindridge, but I'll do it this time. He worked very hard with the department heads to watch our budget and to keep things in line so that when things started off and we could get back on track, we were ready to go.
And I think that's important too, because you know you have to have people in place to make sure things are going the right way. And with the coronavirus, I mean, everybody's job or title or role was kind of flipped upside down. So to have those roles still in place made it very important for us to make it through that time and still flourish as a city as we go into now kind of coming out of that pandemic.
Oh, 100%. That, you know, to get punched in the chin and just keep on moving. And that's what we've done since this started, what, a year ago now. So, yeah, it's and it's good. Like Commissioner Brewer said a minute ago, we're moving forward. Yeah. I mean, we still continue forward.
And we put $1 million back in our contingency fund. There is not anybody that I've known surrounding us were able to follow up with that kind of investment, and we put that back in 1 year.
Wow.
So that's a big deal, a very big deal. And we rely on that money for project capital outlay and those things, and we're back.
Thanks, Michael, for that story. The Kentucky Transportation Cabinet is advising motorists that a portion of Kentucky 30 in Jackson County between milepoint 6.1, the intersection with Kentucky 3629, and 9.1, the intersection with US 421, will be closed to through traffic. The closure will start Monday, April the 5th at 8 a.m. and is expected to reopen on Thursday, September the 2nd. The closure is necessary for the construction of Kentucky 30 over US 421. Detour signs will be posted for an alternate route. Kentucky Transportation Cabinet asks motorists to seek an alternate route, be aware of the work zone, expect delays, and to utilize safe driving habits when traveling through the area. The date, time, and duration of the work may be adjusted if inclement weather or other unforeseen delays occur. Motorists can access the travel and traffic conditions at gokentucky.ky.gov or contribute to the reports at waze.com or via the Waze mobile application. You can also get traffic information for District 11 counties at their Facebook page, which is Facebook KYTC District 11, or by following on Twitter at twitter.com/KYTC District 11. Good information there. And more news for the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet. They're advising motorists of a scheduled pothole repair operations. Rolling roadblocks, a mobile operation, will be utilized for the work Monday, March 29th, 12 a.m. midnight until 6 a.m. That's 6 hours. Tuesday, March 30th, 12 a.m. midnight to 6 a.m., another 6 hours. And Wednesday, March 31st, 12 to 6. And that is from the first, on the 1st as well. Interstate 75 northbound pothole repair will be in effect for the following location. Operations will begin in the northbound side at milepoint 94 and progress to the Fayette-Madison County line at milepoint 97. Work will then move to the southbound side of the Fayette-Madison County line at mile marker 97 and progress to the Rockcastle-Madison County line at mile .74. The traveling public should expect delays during the hours of scheduled repair operations. Good to get those potholes fixed out there. Just a reminder, KiteFest, hosted by the Richmond Parks and Recreation, will take place tomorrow, Saturday, March 27th. No sign-up is necessary. Just go to Lake Reba, where they will be set up next to the softball fields, where you can get a kite kit to make for free and fly your kite in the great outdoors. Great fun there, and it's going to be a beautiful day for that tomorrow, too. Well, last night, the Madison Central Indians matched up with Franklin County in the semifinals of the 11th Region Tournament after playing their best game of the year versus Lexington Catholic on Tuesday. Central came out a little sluggish as they were unable to knock down the same open shots that they were making against the Knights. Senior Cole Brown finally strung together a couple of baskets in the second quarter as the Indians took a 5-point lead at the half. The second half was all Madison Central. Alan Feldhaus made a tremendous halftime adjustment, changing defense into a 2-2-1 half-court trap that prevented Franklin County from getting the ball inside. Brown and junior Will Harden each had a big third quarter, and Central built a double-digit lead after 3. The fourth quarter was much of the same. The Indians extended their lead to 20 and never looked back as they would go on to punch their ticket to the 11th Region Championship game tomorrow. Central fans, you will not want to miss a minute of the action as we go live at 5 o'clock for the 5:30 start for tomorrow's championship game. Madison Central will face Frederick Douglass in a rematch of a regular season game in which the Broncos won 59-50 back on January the 25th. Catch all the exciting action on WBON TV Facebook page, YouTube channel, or on the Roku channel, as well with Tom Gross and Michael Watkins. It's going to be a good time there. With that, we're going to go on to the second break of the afternoon. After that, we'll be back with the COVID numbers and the governor's report right here on WBON TV.
Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea. From our attention to detail, a diverse staff, and the best aftercare in the business, there's no better local choice to take care of your family in a difficult time than Davis & Powell. Call in to discuss pre-planning and preparations so there'll be no additional burden on your family. Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea. For additional information, check them out at davisandpowellfuneralhome.com. Davis & Powell Funeral Home, always going the extra mile.
Mountain Adventures is a new, unique store open in Irvin. They have both fruits and vegetables from local farmers and from farmers around the state. Stop in and see their huge selection of bananas, oranges, watermelons, plus potatoes, corn, green beans, and so much more. Mountain Adventures has also teamed up with Two Farms Meat to offer Estill Countyans a place to get your meats and all the other fixings, plus jams, jellies, and they also offer gift baskets. At Mountain Adventures, located at 70 River Drive in Irvin, or like them on Facebook.
Granite, marble, and quartz for any surface. Make a lifetime commitment you won't regret.
In life, some things just go together, like a burger and fries. And home and auto insurance from State Farm. Combine and save.
Talk to State Farm agent Jerry Goebel today.
Donate or shop at the new location for the Habitat Restore in Madison County. The proceeds from the Habitat Restore go towards helping build a home for someone in need. Shop, donate, or volunteer at the new location for the Habitat Restore in the old CVS Pharmacy building on Main Street in Richmond.
Affordable Service Solutions is the heating and air company you want to call when you want the work done right the first time for an affordable price. That's Affordable Service Solutions. Call Brian at 779-0122 for all your heating and cooling needs, plus Tempstar units at an affordable price. That number again is 779-0122. And remember, Affordable Service Solutions is your local Tempstar dealer.
When I started to experience the world from practicing law, it showed me that there's a lot of injustice that can be corrected. We're called personal injury attorneys, but I'm not there for the injury, I'm there for the recovery. And that's what we try to do. We try to help people recover after they've been hurt. If the big firms are gonna drop you as soon as your claim entails some kind of work, some kind of additional effort, why not just come to someone who's gonna put the work in the first place?
Sticks and Stones Landscape Supply is your outlet for bulk landscaping materials. They have served the community with their huge selection of decorative gravels and bulk mulch for over 16 years. Announcing new for 2021, Sticks and Stones Landscape Supply is offering trees and shrubs. They serve landscapers, business owners, and homeowners alike. Add a landscape bed or spruce up your garden with plants and ground covers from Sticks and Stones Landscape Supply. Minutes from Richmond, just off exit 76 in Berea. 102 Spring Circle Drive, 986-2985. Welcome back to the Daily Community Briefing on WVON TV. We're brought to you today by Bluegrass Marble and Granite of Richmond at 635 and a half Big Hill Avenue in Richmond. Bluegrass Marble and Granite can take care of all your remodels or fabrication needs. Davis and Powell Funeral Home in Berea, the best aftercare in the business when every detail counts. Call Davis and Powell Funeral Home. Always Growing Children's Resale Store in Berea, just down from Berea Ace Hardware in the Strip Mall every Tuesday and Thursday. They buy your children's gently used clothing. Thanks to all of those sponsors. With that, we're going to go straight to the governor's report with Ron Likens. We've got lower numbers and plans for vaccination locations for those 40 and over. Here's Ron.
During Thursday's governor update, Governor Beshear once again introduced a downward trend in new COVID cases.
Now to today's COVID report. We're reporting 726 new positive cases of COVID-19. That is the smallest Thursday we've had in at least a month. Kentuckians hospitalized are down 35, in the ICU up 3, on a ventilator down 38. Our positivity rate is up 0.07% to 2.92%, still below 3, and we have just 7 red counties. Today we are reporting 19 new deaths, and new deaths, remember, are the ones that come up from the local health departments as opposed to us identifying them through death certificates.
During yesterday's press conference, he also announced the opening to a new age bracket.
Another big announcement. Starting this coming Monday, we are asking all of our vaccination clinics to open up to individuals 40 and older. This will mean everybody in 1A, 1B, and 1C. It's open for you, and now individuals 40 and up as well. That was a priority group below 1C. We're trying to thread this needle just right and to make sure that we don't open to everybody too quickly and thus frustrate folks, but also continue the demand. Now, I will say I think we are pretty close in the Commonwealth to opening to everybody, but we're going to take this next step. And remember, all of our sites are allowed to dip down into the lower priorities if that's what it takes to get 90% of what they get each week into people's arms.
From the Channel 9 newsroom, I'm Ron Likens.
Thanks, Ron, for that report. We're going to go right on into our incidence numbers for today. We are sitting at 3 green counties, every single one of those green counties all the way over in the western part of the state, Ballard, Carlisle, Hickman, and Fulton County, all in the green. Today, we are at 7 red overall. That is the lowest we have had in months. Several of those, more than half, 4 of those red counties right along the Tennessee border. That is Simpson, Whitley, Knox, and Bell. Still a couple of our neighbors not too far away from us here, Powell and Owsley, still in the red with 42 for Powell and 38 for Owsley County. And looks like the highest number that we have out now, 56. That is that Simpson County, and again, that's right down on the Tennessee border. That's between Logan and Allen, right below Warren County. So if you're wondering where that is, map is starting to look pretty good. Gotten a lot more yellows and oranges out there, and with that, more good news. Madison County, for the second time, has moved into the yellow. We did spend one day in the yellow. It was a Thursday, I think 2 weeks ago, and today we've dropped just barely below that threshold at 9.8. So the counties around us, mostly orange. Garrett, Rockcastle, Jackson, Estill, Clark, and Fayette stay orange. Jessamine County has dropped into the yellow along with Woodford and Franklin County. A couple of others, Lincoln, Boyle, and Casey, all in the yellow just over to our southwest. So good numbers there going down. And that's just a little bit of a change from yesterday. We had 3 green yesterday, so we're up 1 on that, and we had 7 red yesterday as well. Now for those Madison County numbers, like I said, we have dropped back down into the yellow for the first time in a couple of weeks, and the first time really since I think November was the last time we were down in the yellow before this. 16 new cases here in Madison County with 105 active cases for the county. Great job out there for those Madison Countyans getting those numbers down. And for EKU, 239 total cases, 72 residential students, 113 non-residential students, 52 employees, 2 other 11 active cases at EKU with 227 recovered. And that is data from January 1st, 2021. So that's just this semester up until today. County and state total cases to date, Madison County total to date 8,993. Kentucky daily confirmed cases 422,015. That's total cases to date in Kentucky. Vaccinations, lots of vaccination spots now. Make an appointment. You can get in Berea or Mount Vernon on Mondays. That's the 22nd. Nope, that's last week. I'm sure that's going to repeat again this week. Today in Richmond, if you have an appointment, it's the White House Clinic. If you want to get some information about vaccinations, whitehouseclinics.com, or you can give them a call at 855-WHAPPTS, and that is White House Clinics. And if you're feeling bad today, go on over to Richmond Big Hill Christian Church from 9 to 5:30 tonight. Or if you're over in Garrett County, you can go to the Garrett County Health Department until 5 p.m. tomorrow. always on Saturday, 9 to 1 at the White House Clinics here in Richmond. And that brings us to the end of another daily community briefing. We'll be right back here on Monday with more news and COVID numbers. We'll see you then here on WBON TV. I'm Gwendolyn Morton.